There was no inheritance when the colonel died. He can be quoted saying several times, "There's no point in being the richest man in the cemetery. You can't do any business from there." He's also quoted by his nephew Lee and many other members of the family and himself saying that he's not leaving a dime to anybody. They're going to go out there and earn it like he did. Now, immediately people online are quick to judge this and say that he didn't care about his family. But that's untrue. What he did do was create franchises and give family an opportunity to work and earn their way up. Several members of the family did accept this, including my uncle Jim Sanders. Not everybody in the family franchised, but quite a few did. So while he didn't leave any inheritance to anybody, he had no will when he died. He didn't want to spoil his family. He wanted us all to learn the value of hard work and appreciating it more if we do it ourselves. He left franchising opportunities while he was alive to family. Those opportunities are no longer available as he is dead, and the corporation now is a multi-billion-dollar company, and there are no ties to the family within the corporation itself. The things that he had when he died were auctioned off. Claudia auctioned them to his wish. The money all went to charity. She kept what she kept, and that's how her family got the things that they got, is when she died, they took them, which is standard. A family member passes, they take the inheritance from them. Now, the daughters had to sue Claudia for a child's portion of the estate. There was a lot of drama during this time, a lot of drama that I only had one side of stories on until I started connecting with more family and learning their sides of the stories, and everything started making a lot more sense. There was a lot of drama between the time the colonel died and what happened to all of his things and his money. When it comes to Kentucky Fried Chicken, after Uncle Harley sold out, Cousin Lee, his nephew, who was president of the brand, asked permission if he could go start his own restaurant. Uncle Harley said he would not hold any ill will towards him. So he left, and the colonel's grandson took over being vice president of Kentucky Fried Chicken for some time, while Governor John Y. Brown Jr. took over being president after he owned it. It is unclear to me who became president after the colonel's grandson stepped down from it. That's how far my knowledge of the colonel's grandkids being involved goes, is after the sellout, and his grandchildren stayed in the business as well. His daughters were in the business. Margaret owned the franchises in Florida. Mildred traveled the country training new franchisees, and she also helped start a restaurant over in the UK called Miss Millie's Awesome Chicken in the 1980s because a corporate member in the UK didn't agree with the changes PepsiCo was making, and the colonel's grandson and Mildred, his daughter, created a new recipe, called it Miss Millie's Awesome Chicken, and it's a small town chain over in the UK. Now, none of the family is involved with these businesses other than a few cousins who still have some franchises. Corporation-wise, with Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken, I finally got some family involved with them. They don't work for them, but they're in contact with them in their marketing team now. Everything that I have done, all the connections I have made, has been through the work I have done upholding the legacy and finding out what the truth is when people bring up rumors. When people start spreading misinformation or things that just don't sound right, and I do a little bit more research within the family and online and through articles to find out what the truth is, to make more sense of it, and also to stop people from trying to act like there's something that they're not. All of that and the connections I have are built from what I've done on my pages. We were not inherited those. We were not entitled to those. I earned those. But the most politics that happened is when the colonel died, there was no will, and he told his daughters, "Don't sit on my doorstep, I'm not leaving you nothing." He told everybody in the family, all of his friends, don't be writing to him for any money. He didn't get a dime of the sale when Brown and Massey sold it in 1972 to Healblind. So he donated all of his money, and he didn't leave a dime to anybody, which is perfectly fine. He did give them the opportunity to work, though. Of course, when you have somebody that famous and that rich in the family, when they die, there's going to be people coming out of the woodworks to see what they can get. So I'm not going to sugarcoat that. There was drama when he died, and family members wanted things. Claudia's family wanted things, and there was a clash and a couple lawsuits. But there was no real inheritance in the sense of him having a will, who got what money, who got what items, who got what ownership of things. He wanted his limo driver to have his house, I'll tell you that.